The reason you're not breaking out is two of the pillars, speed and volume. And the third one's quality. That's the formula. The formula is speed, quantity, and quality. That's it. The third one you can't control. Not everybody's gonna be charismatic. Not everybody's gonna be funny. Not everybody's gonna be attractive. But the other two you can if you break it. So many people are struggling without putting out compelling content because they're overthinking their content, and then that means they're slow. When you overthink, you slow down. When you're slow, somebody passes you.
How to answer difficult questions like Steve Jobs.
You don't know what you're talking about. Perhaps you could tell us what you personally have been doing for the last 7 years.
The first thing he does is he takes a pause. People who are defensive will rush to give an answer. He takes time to think before he responds.
One of the hardest things when you're trying to affect change is that people like this gentleman are right in some areas.
He acknowledges the other person's concern. This is very difficult for people to do, especially when they're being attacked. Not only does he acknowledge that, but he also builds on their argument.
I'm sure that there are some things OpenDoc does, probably even more that I'm not familiar with. I'm sure that you can make some demos, maybe a small commercial app that demonstrates those things.
He shows awareness of that person's concern, and then he presents the challenge that comes with taking their approach.
The hardest thing is, how does that fit in to a cohesive, larger vision that's going to allow you to sell $8 billion, $10 billion of product a year?
And then he presents his approach.
One of the things I've always found is you can't start with the technology and try to figure out where you're going to try to sell it. And I've made this mistake probably more than anybody else in this room.
Most people, when they're being attacked, they start attacking the person back, or they get very defensive. Steve Jobs listens, pauses, acknowledges the other person's concerns, shows them how much he understands their concern, and then presents his point of view. This way, once you disarm the other person, they're willing to listen. Adding that component of empathy is absolutely key.
I think the world of creators is getting flipped on its head. I think we've seen influencers. That has come. That is a massive thing. And to get into being an influencer, you have to build your own brand big enough to where you can work with brands because you have an audience. But now all of these companies are realizing that to get the best content, they really need somebody to come in and make it for them. An underpriced way to do that, rather than working with influencers, is to actually hire a content creator to come and do that as a job. And so I see hundreds of thousands of content creators who aren't influencers getting hired full-time to do content for companies.
How to legally and ethically steal your competitors' foot traffic. Check this out. So while creating your Facebook ad in the targeting, you can actually put in an address, right? So you put something in there, and then this little box is going to say, people recently in this location. So now somebody goes to, say, a competitor's restaurant, competitor's retail store, competitor's insurance agency, whatever it is. As soon as that person goes in and then leaves, boom, they're going to start seeing your ads.